I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'm working with you step by step through each of the ABRSM Theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets which you can download in US letter or A4, and they accompany each step of this series. You'll find a page there with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also find out about the books that I have available. I've written an exam technique guide, how to take your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and hints on how to best be prepared for your exam and also how to make the best use of your time come exam day. So if you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel and do share out the videos. And now we're going to complete 2019 practice paper S. So if you turn with me, that's the grade 2 practice booklet on page 18. So if you turn with me to that, we can have a look at this question together. So this last question all relates back to this little extract of music here. And so have a go of these yourself. First of all, it's always better to have a go. It doesn't matter if you go wrong, you can always just rub it out and have another crack at it. And now we'll check through these together. So question A asks us first of all to give the number of a bar that contains all of the notes of the tonic triad of A minor. So before we go looking, let's think what we're looking for. A tonic triad is built up of the first, the third, and the fifth degree of a scale. So if we're in A minor, A is the first, B, C, D, E. So we're looking for A, C, and E. So let's just scan through that. We are in the treble clef. So A, here we are. The space is spelled face, F-A-C-E. So there we have an A, B, a C, D, E. So actually straight away bar 1 we've got it. So bar 1 will answer that. Let's just scan through and see if there are any others. So we have an A and a C but no E, so that won't do. Have an A but nothing else there. We have an E and a C but no A, so that won't do. It's got to be all of the notes of the triad. We have an A, an E and a C. So actually yes, bar 7 will do as well. So you could either have bar 1 or bar 7 as your answer. Either of those will be fine. So now we have to do a little bit of scouring again, some observation. We need to find the time name of the shortest rest in the melody. So we've got to find it first of all. So we have a quaver rest here, that's half of a beat. But we have a semi-quaver rest here, a quarter of a beat. So that's going to be the shortest. We have semi-quaver rests there, or 16th notes. So just making sure you keep looking to find the correct answer. So semi-quaver or 16th note is the time name. Now then, we're asked which other key signature has the same key signature as A minor. So we're thinking of our related keys, and a bit of revision will tell you that A minor is related to C major, both of which have a key signature of nothing, and then the A minor is adjusted in accidentals. Moving on. So is it true or is it false that 3/4 means 3 quaver or 8th note beats in a bar? Well, that is false. Here's the clue. 3/8 notes, whereas that says 3/4 notes. Think of your fraction first of all. It looks like 3/4. There are 3 beats in a bar, but the beats are not 8th notes, they are quarter notes or crotchets, and so that statement is false. Now then, give the number of the bar that contains the quietest notes. So let's see what's going on here. So at bar 1, it's pretty quiet to start with. We are piano. But then there is a crescendo, which means it's gradually getting louder. So that would be that as a symbol. And then mezzo piano means moderately quiet or middle quiet. We're middle, moderately loud here, mezzo forte, and then it's fading away. There's a diminuendo, gradually getting quieter. We are quiet, piano here, but then here we are pianissimo, pianissimo, PP. The extra letter gives the issimo, which is like, it exaggerates, it sort of duplicates what was here. So fortissimo, FF, is very loud. PP, pianissimo, is very quiet. So of course that's the quietest point that we've come to right at the very end. And so the quietest note can be found in bar 8. Now then, this last question, we get 10 marks literally for copying. So it's really important to make sure we copy the correct bit. We're not copying from the start of the music, we're starting at bar 5 all the way to the end of bar 8. So if we just shuffle up the page again, we're actually doing this second line of music, and they even give us a little checklist of things to make sure we remember to include. Don't forget to include the clef, the dynamics and all other details. So we are writing on this stave here. We don't include the time signature, we don't include the tempo direction because they are only in that first bar at the very start of the music, but everything that we see here needs to be included. And so it's just a simple case of copying. Now I always prefer to just map out my bar lines first of all, because I want to make sure that I keep everything nicely spaced. So if I keep my notes aligned with theirs exactly, and I'm going to be correctly spaced, but also I'm not going to get lost and lose track where I am if my bars are sort of stretching on or squishing behind theirs. If I keep everything nicely aligned, I'm not going to get lost either. So we have the clef, a treble clef. There is no key signature, so there's nothing there. If you want to, there's no reason why you can't even just pop your little bar numbers there just to help you stay on track. You won't be penalised for that. So I'm just going to do the note heads first of all. I prefer to get the blobs in place. You can do this in any order you like, whatever suits you. You could do sort of thoroughly a bar at a time, I guess. I just prefer to get everything mapped out, and then I can worry about all the little details when I've sort of got the nuts and bolts in the right place, as it were. There we go. So now I'm going to move on to stems. Use a ruler. As we're getting 10 points for copying, it's worth copying it neatly. Don't risk losing any marks just by rushing. Trying to be reasonably quick because you don't want to be sitting just watching me do this. Hopefully you're there ahead of me by having a go of it on your own. First of all, just make sure you get all the dots in place. So as I add the dynamics, I'll use this as an opportunity to double check everything. So we'll use this as a bit of a revision. So before we carry on, let's just do a bit of revision. Andante grazioso. So andante came from your grade 1. So just have a think if you can define that. It actually means at a walking pace, a steady, moderate walking pace. And we can guess that this means gracefully. So I can put the slur in place now. Diminuendo, we've said, gradually getting quieter. Put the slur in place. So now I need the piano. No slur on this one. They are staccato. They mean detached. And then pianissimo, PP at the end. Let's just double check. And I think that's got it all covered. There we go. That's the end of that question. That's the end of that paper. And in fact, that's the end of that past paper booklet. That's all of the 2019 Grade 2 past papers completed. I do hope that's been helpful to you. I hope it's helping you with your studies. These practice papers are a super revision resource and they're so great to help you to get really to grips with your music theory. If you can give me a like, that would be really super, and please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please do share out the videos, and also please do browse around the resource and information on my website. Go to sharonbill.com and make use of all of the information available there to help you. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.